welcome back to the Spider's Web. This is a little video I'm doing in reply to an email that I got yesterday. I'm not going to say who sent me the email. With it being an email, I'm going to keep the identity of the sender. I will say confidential. If they want to obviously reply to this, then fine and dandy. But what I want to do is I'm going to read out the email because it answers questions that I have or that I get quite often from people who aren't a part of this community, who don't know anything about or who aren't interested in gaming, painting or any such thing. So this answers those questions. It also gives me an opportunity to reply to this as I would like to reply, rather than to send an email, because I think emails in reply to something like this are a little impersonal, shall we say. Although saying that, this email is very touching, shall we say. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to read the email and I'm going to talk a little bit about this further. Okay, so it starts. In fact, a little bit of story behind this. I got in somebody messaged me a bit ago saying that they started, after watching some of my videos, they started painting gaming figures. And I just said, as I usually do when somebody says things like that to me, fantastic, hope you enjoy doing it. I'd love to see some photos when you've finished them. And the email goes as follows. You would ask for a few pics of the minis we've begun painting. I'll attach a few that we have done. I wanted to thank you again for showing us some techniques that took away the fear of mini painting that I've felt for so long. I have ordered more paints and I really didn't have a large collection, but I will go back eventually and do some highlights and better dry brushing as the paint collection builds up. My daughter and I do this together and it has added another layer to our hobby. You've touched our lives here across the big pond and have given us more joy in our gaming. The gaming seems so much cooler with painted figures. Thanks again for all you do on YouTube. Here's wishing you, Laddie, and yours a very Merry Christmas and wishes of health and blessings in 2016. I hope these file sizes aren't too big. So you see what I mean. This is the reason. It's not the reason, this is the hope I have for this channel. That at some point I'm going to, or the idea was that I hoped that people will see painting figures, painting wall hanging art as something anyone can do. As far as I'm concerned, there's only three things that you need in order to paint. Either, as I say, a picture or wall hanging art, paint a model or a picture. You need the desire to do it, the time to put into practice, and the willingness and the openness to learn new things as you go along. The person who sent me this email as he said in here, took away the fear of painting. A lot of people have that, who either just started in the hobby or have been in the hobby for a while and just watched videos of people painting. I've seen it myself and I felt the same thing when I started back into the hobby about 9 years ago. Seeing the videos out, everything, they made things look so technical. It doesn't have to be that way. And it was after watching Alexandra Girl Painting's videos that inspired me to start doing videos. At the time when I was thinking about doing it, I'm thinking I would like to do something that's simple for people to follow if they want to do that. If they want to pick up a brush and try for the first time, I would like to give people the hopefully give people the confidence to pick up a brush and to see that it's not, you don't have to use 1,000,003 paints or 1,000,003 paint layers and techniques in order to achieve a good and adequate standard of gaming figure. And that's what I did when in my early videos. I was using the paint straight out of the pots, and you've seen me grow as a painter as well, because my painting, what I'm doing now, is a lot better than what I was doing when I first started these videos 3 years ago. So I've seen a big leap in my technique and in the quality of my paintings over the last 3 years, and that's with getting to grips with how the painting goes, or how the paints go on the miniatures, and then learning to thin the paints properly, and then learning to use a wet palette that I do now. And just to think that even from me starting off as I was doing straight out of the pot to now, I don't class myself as a good miniatures painter. But the fact that people, and I know this person is not the first person to contact me, and that I've inspired them to pick up a paintbrush and paint, I know that there's at least 4 or 5 people who've contacted me and said this. You know, I never thought that I would have that effect on people with my videos. I hoped, I would like for it to happen. I never thought it would. When I first started, I was not very confident on the camera. People say I'm still not, but you know, but from those first gingerfoot falls, as it were, to how I am now, I've grown. Well, my confidence in doing these have grown, and the fact that I do know now that I am actually influencing people into picking up a brush, painting the models, and enjoying the gaming even more. That just feels so fantastic. It's what I hoped when I started, and the hopes that I had for this channel, even if it was just one person. The hope that I had for this channel, it's made it so worthwhile to know that this is yet another person who I've encouraged to pick up a brush and paint. But it's just the fact where it says, you know, I've helped him to conquer the fear of miniature painting. It's that line that's got to me, to be brutally honest, because I didn't think anybody really had a fear of picking up a brush and painting the models. I think it was more judging themselves not to have a natural gift to paint, which you don't have to have. As I've said, you only need those 3 things: the willingness to do it, the time to practice, and the openness to learn and to try new techniques. That's all you need to paint. I will stand by that time and time and time again. I hope I'm not waffly. I'm just so... This email just meant something to me, especially with it being the week before Christmas as well. I'm going to actually put the photographs at the end of the video so you can see what they've done. As a very first attempt, they've done a cracking job at the paintings, and I would love to get some feedback for them. as to what you think of them. So so to anybody who asks me why I do these videos, the answer is because people take encouragement to pick up a paintbrush for the first time and paint their models. Hopefully start painting pictures as well. But if we can get people to paint the models and personalise their models to their tastes, that is everything for me. That's the reason. Well, that's one of the hopes I have for this channel. It's not the reason I do this channel, it's one of the hopes I have for the channel. And so far, as I say, there's a few people who've told me that I have inspired them to pick up a brush. That makes, for me, this channel a roaring success. The 1,043 subscribers that I had the last time I checked is just icing on the cake. In 3 years I've got over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. I've said before, I'll say again, I didn't think I'd get any subscribers. I was doing the channel just for my own amusement, to help me build up my confidence, to help me focus on things, and the fact that other people in this community are showing interest in the channel, who are encouraging me as well in things, in the videos I do, and sending emails and comments to say that I've inspired them. It's so worthwhile doing this channel, and I want to thank everybody who's taken part, everybody who subscribed, and everybody who has commented, who has messaged me saying that I've inspired them. I want to thank everybody involved in this channel. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a bit of music on. I'm going to attach these, well, of these photographs that I was sent, and please look at the photographs, add some comments, let us know what you think, and if the person who sent me this email would like to make a comment, fine and dandy. If you don't want to take credit for this email, you don't have to, but I know who you are, you know who you are, and I want to thank you so much for this email. It's meant so much to me. Obviously, as I said, it's not the first person to say they've inspired them, but each person means, you could be the 100th and you would still mean, your comment would still mean as much to me as the very first one did. And you know, it just, as I say, it just makes this channel worthwhile. It makes what I do worthwhile, and it makes the time I spend painting and talking nonsense worthwhile. So again, thank you to everybody who's subscribed. Thank you to everybody who takes part in the videos and the channel with the comments, and thank you to my 3 producers, and most of all, thanks to everybody who have messaged me saying that I've inspired them to pick up a brush. Hopefully that can go on well into 2016, when well into 2020s. I have no intention at the moment of stopping what I'm doing or slowing down. If I've got models to paint, I'll try and paint as many as I can on camera. If I've got boxes to open, I will show you what I've got. And if I've got paintings to do, if I'm doing it at home, they'll be on camera as well. So I'm not going to wish anybody a Merry Christmas on this one, because it's not going to be the last one before Christmas, because we have our Christmas, our 1,000 subscriber competition to start, so a video will be put up later on in the week for that. But for now, with this video, That's all I think I can get my head around and say. So until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.